Okay, so if you've been on the internet in the past year, you've noticed that Minecraft videos are a dime a dozen. I mean, people are beating the game in desert-only worlds while stranded at sea, or even starting out in the nether, or even worse, the end. While I do find it very interesting, it kinda got me thinking. What happened to the days of booting up a Minecraft world on your old Toshiba laptop and making a world where you have no worries of dying or no time limit to beat the game? Just plain old mining and crafting. That's what I've set out to do with this new series, to make something I can work towards for years to come, and gradually create the Minecraft world that I've always wanted. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. Day 1 started great. We were happy and healthy like everyone's favorite B-branded cereal. We got all the beginning stuff out of the way, like making a few basic tools and grabbing some resources. After looking around for a while, we decided to bump up my render distance to see if we could find anything interesting nearby, and literally 15 seconds later, we ended up finding a mansion. I was super pumped, as you could probably tell, because I know these things are kinda rare, and it was so close to our spawn. We knew it was going to be dangerous, but we decided to head to it. On our way there, we made a pit stop to get some coal and to make some food, because let's face it, we weren't very prepared for this. Once dinner got finished up, we started to eat, but it got cut short by some bad boys who wanted to steal our food. So we ended up running through the sea of madmen, and I got blown up by a creeper who got me down to 4 hearts. After that, we noped up out of there real fast and swam across the lake. I tried to juke a skelly boy and made this man look like a fool, but once we finally got to the mansion, everything was already starting to go wrong. I got blown up by another creeper who nearly killed me again. So we just started digging through the side because we were way too weak for that. On day 2, we busted through to the ceiling and we could hear them up there plotting against us. So we tried to lure them in with trapdoors and promises of fun times, and we finally caught one. It seemed like that was going to be the only one though, so we made sure the coast was clear and we hopped up out of there. We could still hear them in the walls, but there weren't any doors, so we just started chopping at random walls until we found them. I made my way in there and ended up finding a chest with an efficient hat. Don't know exactly what a helmet needs to be efficient for, but cool, I guess. As we wandered through, we found some more pillagers, and the Vindicators really aren't that bad. One of them is manageable. Whenever there's more than one, that's when they get really bad. We ended up finding this little guy here. It was a zombie villager with a totem of undying. We tried to kill him before he dropped it, but he ended up popping it, so that kinda sucked. We decided to make some swords since the coast was clear, so we could explore more. Literally 2 seconds later, we ended up finding an evoker who summoned a bunch of little bitty vexes, and we noped up out of there real fast. After regrouping, we decided to split up and get some supplies, but I had some different plans. There was something in there, I could smell it. After breaking and entering, I made my way upstairs. To be honest, didn't really know what I was doing, so I started wandering around aimlessly. The only thing I did end up finding were a bunch of Vindicators. After running away from them, I made a quick escape outside the window and got back to the front door. But as soon as I landed, I immediately got ganked by some guy who was hiding in the bushes. Since I didn't have a bed, I spawned back at 0-0 and I had to run all the way back. Thankfully, when I got there, all of the bad boys were gone and I got my stuff back. After putting on all my stuff, I tried to go find him, and guess what? This guy got himself stuck in a little hole. I almost felt bad for him, until I didn't. Even after I died, I was still determined to find something. I couldn't waste all that time and not find anything. While running around, I found another Vindicator who hit me and got me back to a half of heart, and I started panicking. But as I was going, I ended up finding the mother load of chest rooms. They were still on my tail, so I tried to make some quick jukes around a corner to get past them, and tried to eat a golden apple, but as soon as I turned around, they were already there. After making my way back, I borrowed a sword from Tiny, who was not at all amused with my obsession with this mansion, but agreed to help me find the chest room at least. We thought that scaling the building all Mission Impossible style would be the best course of action of finding the chest room, and we finally did find it. We didn't want anything ruining this for us, so we barricaded all of the entrances so nobody could try to sneak up on us. And once the coast was clear, I tried to check a few chests, but all of them that I could reach were empty. And after going through all of them, we came to the harsh realization that they were all empty. No wheat, no sticks, nothing. Just plain wood and metal, nothing. After feeling defeated, we decided to leave and just try to find a safer place to call home for now. We did end up finding a sunken ship, which should have a chest in it. There wasn't too much in it other than a treasure map, but luckily the treasure was pretty close to us. Can I just say one thing? I hate buried treasures. I can never find them. I don't know what it is about me. I don't know if there's a special way to find it, but on the version of Minecraft I play, there is no good way of finding it. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that we spent an entire 30 minutes looking for this thing. After searching for what felt like hours, we decided to go to bed, but we ended up finding out that we didn't even pick up a second bed on our way here. So since I couldn't sleep, I went for a jog around the island to try to see if I could find any villages or broken nether portals to try to at least get something for our start. On the morning of day 5, I did end up stumbling on a little village tucked on the side of the mountain, but there wasn't anything too exciting in it, just a few pieces of bread and a random map. I did steal a bed so I could sleep though, didn't want to have any phantoms spawning anytime soon. After stealing some of their crops and just a little bit of wood, we tried to go get some acacia wood, not passing up the chance to get some free knobs for the road. With a few basic materials and a little bit of wood, we set out to find a cool place to set up shop. We came across a few nice caves, but nothing felt quite right. After looking around, we did see a jungle biome a few hundred blocks away, so we decided to go there. But since night was quickly approaching, we chose to go to bed and headed there in the morning. The next day, we went in the opposite direction of the jungle forest, which I don't remember why. Must have been pretty cool, I bet. But I did end up finding another little cave that wasn't too shabby, but it still just wasn't good enough. A few blocks away, though, was one of the coolest sights I'd ever seen in Minecraft. It looked like Mount Everest or something. Not only that, but I seen a cave nearby, and I thought to myself, this is it. This has to be the one. And to be honest, it wasn't that bad. It was spacious, had a cool little porthole thing, but it just wasn't intricate enough. Didn't have enough tunnels. We found a couple more random ones after that, but nothing was too exciting. We spent the whole night looking for a place to stay. I did end up getting spooked by an enderman and accidentally swung at the guy. And that was a bad move on my part. I tried to dig down, but he wasn't having that, so I tried to book it. Before I knew it, I was at a half a heart and my bed was broken, so if I died now, I was going to have to run a really long way. With no sprint juice left and an enderman on my tail, I jumped as fast as I could to the water. Thankfully, I made it. I started shoving as much raw pork in me as I could. I almost forgot oxygen was a thing and drowned almost. After that, we got out of there and went to bed as fast as we could before that enderman came back. On day 7, things were getting serious. It had been a whole week and we'd been sleeping on the ground this whole time. We needed to find a base and soon. All of our tools were pretty much shot at this point, so we just went to some random cave to restock and get some more tools and make some more food. It did start raining halfway through that day and Mom started spawning left and right, so we ended up going to bed because honestly at that point we were kind of tired of dealing with it. Day 8 started with some bird boys chilling like villains and overstuffed inventories. After looking nearly everywhere, we decided to go check out Mount Everest. It was looking pretty appealing. I don't know when this became a thing, but sinking snow, or whatever you call it, quick snow, I don't know, it's stupid, but whatever it is, it's super confusing, and when it started happening, I thought my game glitched. There was a super cute bunny that was hanging out with us for a sec, but it scampered off and probably ended up drowning in snow. After looking around for a while, we ended up realizing that this place is pretty boring. It was pretty to look at from down below, but once you got to the top, it was just a bunch of snow and ice, that's it. So we decided to climb down and we ended up finding Pillager Outpost, so we smacked those guys around a little bit. Nothing too interesting in their chests either. One good thing we got from all of this was the first pieces of iron, almost 8 days in, pretty good, right? After wasting a full day and having pretty much nothing to show for it, we decided to go to bed. On day 9, we found a few more pieces of iron for us and we continued our hunt for our dream cave. We found a little 3x3 hole with a dirt block with grass in the middle. For some reason, we thought it was the coolest thing ever, but I'd never really seen something like that spawn in Minecraft naturally. We ended up stumbling upon a tiny little hole in the ground with a water block that led to a tiny cave, or so we thought. We went down there and got greeted by many bad boys who were super happy to see us. But the more we looked around, the more we started to like it. It had everything. Deep, spacious tunnels, multiple intersecting paths, and little did we know, but tons of crazy stuff below us. If you ended up making it this far into the video, let me just say I truly appreciate it. These videos do take quite a bit of time to plan and make, so if you did enjoy it, let me know. I'm not going to ask you to sub, this is only my second video, so if you do have anything that you would suggest me work on, please let me know. And hey, if you want to see more, you can come watch me play live on Twitch. I'm usually on eventually. Other than that, thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a good one.